You are listening to Innovators Can Laugh with Eric Melcher, where I dive into the interesting and fascinating stories of innovators and startup founders from Europe. Let's dive in. Hi, everyone. This is our last episode of Season 2 for Season 2 Lithuania. It's been a wonderful experience hearing about all the innovation coming out of Lithuania, and I've enjoyed getting to know many wonderful people, like my guest today from this remarkable country. And I've had a great experience trying to pronounce last names, Lithuanian last names too. So with that said, let's jump into today's show. My guest today is Aiste Aliukoniene, co-founder of Nightmoon, which is a leisure and amusement consultancy specializing in the development of leisure spaces, playgrounds, and amusement parks from idea to turnkey all over the world. Aiste, welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Yeah.
Greetings from Vilnius.
So from Vilnius, are you in the capital in Lithuania?
Yeah, I'm in Vilnius, in capital of Lithuania. The weather is not that great though, but we are getting there. It's the spring is coming.
Yeah.
We're looking.
Yesterday it was snowing a little bit there, for just a little bit, I think, probably around this time.
Yesterday was snowing and all the week, in Lithuania, we love to say that, it's usually trains, even during the summer. You cannot even plan your trips outside. We're just in the park, just simple, because it's raining a lot. But it's still winter because the spring is coming. But the weather is changing a lot, from snowing to raining, from melting. So I'm living in the middle of the forest, luckily, and it's still Vilnius, so it's the beautiful view.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying and looking forward for the really warm, nice Lithuanian spring.
Oh, wow. It sounds really beautiful there. The way you guys talk about it, I definitely plan to visit in the near future, and would love to meet up with you in person, along with everybody else that I had the pleasure of having on the show. So let's go ahead and kick things off here. In one or two sentences, tell us about you.
Yeah, so me, I worked for more than 10 years in leisure and amusement, and the start was it was years ago, and at the very beginning, Lithuania was not well known especially for the leisure and amusement parks, because when you will visit Lithuania, we do have parks, but not the leisure. It's not Orlando, it's not Universal Studio, it's not even close to that part. But with one of the Lithuanian companies as well, and Mia as the head of all the process from selling to presenting, we actually succeeded to create many worldwide projects. And the first years was actually very surprising, because a lot of people didn't know where the Lithuania, where are they in the map?
Yeah.
So first, educating, and it was very fun, nice years, and I'm still enjoying it.
Okay.
As I love to say, you probably will never get old. And even I'm 36, and I will never get old, because you're creating fun.
Yeah.
So this I really, really love.
Okay.
Myself, I'm always setting up my personal goals every year. I keep learning, keep going, and doing many stuff. Like one thing to say, last summer, I had one of the goals, and it was probably 10-year goal. And it was I was just putting aside. And I got the motorcycle license, which I'm very proud of myself last year.
Yeah.
So just to describe myself, how I am pushing myself, the hungry that I have.
That reminds me, when I was younger, I went on a motorcycle, and I was probably 18 or 19 at the time. And I took a motorcycle course, but I realized during the course that, this is not for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'd like the audience to get to know you personally. So I'm going to ask you a few questions that reveal your personality. The first one is, what is your superpower?
Superpower, convincing the others. I could probably convince that the earth is flat if I will need it. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Strong persuasion skills, huh? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I do say that convincing is definitely my power.
Okay. All right. All right. Good. Good to know. Second question. Instead of taking an aspirin for pain and relief, you would rather do what? Like fill in the blank here. Instead of aspirin, what would you rather have or do?
I will ride with motorcycle or go outside in the forest just to chill,
Yeah.
but not to do something with like books or etc. No, I will leave my brains to rest.
All right. All right. Yeah, that does sound like it would be refreshing just to get out in the forest and be outside. Okay. Okay. Tell me a time that your family or a family member once embarrassed you. What did they do? This should be easy because you have a 4.5-year old.
Yeah, oh yeah. Uh, I'm thinking it was many times, but I need to remember when. But uh, I lied once, which I thought that it's okay, but it was not. So of course they were saying, "Oh, you I say you're lying," but it was not a completely lie. I was the hiding. So yeah, so I'm not doing this with my son though. So yeah, but that's probably the part. So I learned at least with my son right now.
Okay. All right, Aiste, last question for you. Okay. I want you to go back here and try to remember what happened during a hilariously bad date that you had once. Go back in time.
I had a bad date once. I had the very not. It's not even a bad date, but it's very fun and strange date.
What happened?
Once I received a present, the raw chicken, and it was not the flowers. It is not the wine, but I received the raw chicken, and the guy was saying that we will cook the nice dinner together. And right now that I'm trying to think of this strange day, it was super funny. On that time, I didn't like it at all, but right now it was unique. Like it was unique. I never heard even once that someone was telling that it's not flowers, but you get raw chicken.
So he showed up at the door with like raw chicken or
Yeah, with a bag of raw chicken, and he was like saying, "We will meet again, and we will cook this chicken like a second date." And I didn't know the guy at all, so it's not that you already will jump to the second date, and you're receiving and you're looking because you're expecting flowers. It's like minimum.
yeah.
Like not even the flowers. We live in this century where it's no need flowers. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super nice, but raw chicken was unique, and I still remember until now. I have this. If this person will see this podcast, he will.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right, now it's time for Innovators Can Laugh. I'm going to send you the link here. We're going to just paste that. It's a YouTube video. And like I said, hit play. You're going to learn a little bit about Victoria Schutskate. I know I didn't pronounce her name right, but hit play. You'll learn a little bit about her. And when you see the pause screen, hit pause.
Okay.
She's got a difficult last name to pronounce.
Yeah, I'm a entrepreneur. I'm a speaker. I am robot. I'm a sister and a passionate leader.
Okay. All right. So the first question I asked Victoria, I asked her, instead of Valentine's Day, instead of flowers for Valentine's Day, you would rather receive blank. Okay. Now here's the choices that you have, Aiste. Okay. You got to try to pick the correct answer here. A, chocolate. B, diamonds. C, a massage. Or D, shoes. You know, Shoes? Yeah.
I would choose shoes.
Okay. I was thinking maybe you were going to go with another answer like raw chicken, but okay, shoes. Okay. So let's see what she said here. Hit play, and when you see the pause screen, hit pause.
Okay.
Okay.
Teenage crush. I don't know. Britney Spears.
Okay.
Britney Spears.
Hit pause there. Okay. So I asked you the wrong question first. So I meant to ask you a celebrity that she had a crush on when she was a teenager, and that was Britney Spears. Okay. Hit play again, and hit play again, and let's see what happens here.
Okay. Set up flowers.
So the answer was diamonds.
Diamonds. I was thinking, yeah, diamonds or shoes. Yeah, I always need to go with my gut feeling.
Okay, the next.
But I'm Lisa. It's the most difficult persons ever. You're just, measuring.
Okay, the next question that I asked Victoria here: what is something that you like to reward yourself with? When you're feeling good and you want to treat yourself, what do you like to buy yourself? Okay, the first answer here: A, weekend getaways; B, purses; or C, salon; or D, expensive candies.
I will go with A. We can get away.
All right, let's play and see what she said there.
I like it. Good food.
Good food.
I like shrimp journeys. We can get away.
Okay, you got it.
Shoes. I always felt them. That's why.
Okay, you got one. You got it. We can getaways. All right. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay. Next question I asked her is, what's a silly reason why you once cried? Okay, a silly reason why you once cried. A dog died in a book that she was reading. B, she can't remember when she last cried. C, she dropped a small bottle of her favorite perfume. Or D, she was watching Cinderella.
Okay. I have two options, but I will go with the perfume. So it's the C.
Okay, let's see what she says there.
I don't remember. That's
Okay.
been stop. I'm stop.
Okay, that's your answer. You can't remember. All right. Can't remember. Okay. So now here's
It was my first topic.
okay. So here's the last question, and because I messed up on the teenage crush, I'm just going to ask you, what profession do you think Victoria is in? Okay. Here we go. A, in the real estate industry. B, online education. C, she is a startup founder for a technology company. Or D, she is in retail. She developed a retail brand.
It's C.
Tech startup.
It's a startup.
Actually, she's in the real estate industry. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's a good answer. Good answer. So, hey, 1 for 4 is not bad. Most people get 1 for 4. So you're kind of in the, you're 1 for 4. Okay, let's just,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, let's jump into your career a little bit. In your LinkedIn headline, you have something written down that I've never seen anywhere else on anyone else's headline. It says that you are an enthusiast for amusement and amusement parks. Okay, so how did this fascination for amusement parks begin? How did that come about?
It actually then it started because all my life I've been working in sales, and many years ago it started with the first project that I was creating together with one of the resort owners here in Lithuania. It was very beginning. It was small. Right now, in that time, it was big for me, but right now, then I already have lots of projects in line. It was small, but the happy faces of those kids, then they are climbing, going, and this opening reception. And I, like, deep in my heart, I felt so important that it was part of my job. Like, I did it, like, with the owner, I did it. And then the owner was giving me, scissors to help him, to cut, the red ribbon. I was so proud of myself. And this is how all the beginning started. And then I started to travel everywhere, all the shows, conferences. I met many other owners, which I'm very proud of the other projects as well. But this was very beginning. It was the only red ribbon that we don't want to to be honest with you. I'm not counting the Christmas presents that every year you are packing. It's not the same.
Yeah.
But that part, it was, this was the beginning of what I do. And I'm enthusiastic. I have many friends worldwide, which they do. Then we go to US in Orlando, which is probably the capital of all, leisure industry, because you have Orlando there, you have SeaWorld there, you have Disney there. It's like the biggest parks in the world. And then, you have this passion, you meet all those people, all of them are passionate, like from all leisure industry, and never met any person elsewhere, like never. They all are friends, they all are happy. We're like a big family. What I'm really proud. So so I'm really enthusiastic. I really love what I do.
Yeah, no, so I get a sense that you got this sense of fulfillment, seeing the expressions and the joy in the children's faces. But then also, as you said, it's like it's a career that keeps you young because it's all about fun and entertainment, um, which is pretty exciting. So when you visit nightmoon.eu, when I went to the website, you see these beautiful pictures of playgrounds and amusement structures from all over the world, from China, Finland, Vietnam, Oman. How do people learn about you guys? How do these countries or these organizations learn about you?
And usually it's mouth to mouth, let's put it this way. Then trade shows, because I was visiting many trade shows. It's called IAPA, so it's like an industry if you are the builder or you at least do something in this leisure industry, you need to be a member of IAPA. So all of us are there through presentations from my personal, because I'm really pushing my social selling. Let's putting the board, which then the persons are already coming back to you, because I have the partners which are already. It's not that you are going and trying to. It's not only from the pitching perspective. They are already coming to you. So that means you're doing great job. It was not 10 years ago or plus 10 years. But it's happening right now, then people are coming back to you. So so travels go, because we are from Lithuania, many small companies, and they're still calling to me, because I've been in one of the business chapters. I actually opened it, one of them here in Lithuania. I was vice president there, and people keep asking, especially that I did a huge job, and many years I've been working with the Middle Eastern region, and it was because I'm the lady, and it's a little bit harder for me to work there. But it was very nice that people are coming to you. They're asking for support and help, because it's many years of work, and it's together. Yeah. So this is how it started. This is how it goes.
Okay. And you guys provide a turnkey solution from a very high level. What are the main steps involved in completing a project like an amusement park? I'm just trying to get an idea of how long does that take in general? And what are some of the toughest parts in that process?
It's definitely first step. First step, it's visibility study. First of all, what you need to do, it's visibility study. You need to have all the you need to have like this visibility study. You need to calculate. It's not only the investment that you already have in mind. Like, yes, maybe I have, like, for example, I will have the idea to build the Disney in Lithuania. But we know from deep in our hearts that it will not work, right? Because it's Lithuania. We have 2.5 million of citizens. And the park, which costs like hundreds of millions, will not get your investment back. Like it's not even possible, like in 2 lives and 2 generations, not even 3 or 4.
Right.
So this is the first part that you need to do. It's because with all projects now, either in Oman or in Vietnam, yeah, the visibility is first step that you need to just do.
Okay.
Although the clients always they want to jump like, give me a detailed design and the cost we would do it. And I've been okay. I would give you maximum. I would love to give you maximum, but at the end, I want that your work will be fully packed and your investment will work. And it will not be that park is 20 or 30% backed only, because this is not how it works. So yeah, so this is the most important part.
Okay.
I would say.
Okay. And then, so let's say you get past that part, then what's next? I mean, is there like permits that are involved, or like hiring construction or architects, or what comes after that?
Oh, the architects, the construction, the designers are involved as well, because then you need to site visit. The site visit, you need to check all the details, what's surrounding all the park. If we talk about the outdoor park, let's put it, so you need to check every detail. You need to check, you need to bring the people to either check, even the arborist, so the guy who checks the trees, because you do not want to, like, for example, if you build the roof course, and you were attaching it to the tree, you don't want that. After 5 years, this tree will be dead because you work with nature. So it's many steps are involved. They cannot exclude because all the cases are different. It's not, then you work with nature. Then you just like every stage, because designs are involved, then master planning. It's before you're going to jump to the detail. While I mentioned that the clients are asking, give me the detailed proposal, it will not happen if we will not see the site. It will not happen if we will not investigate the site. And it will not happen if the specialist will not have all the tests, what's included in the park, in the exact location. It's easier. I need to mention it's easier to work with the indoor location.
Okay.
Because it's just simple. The master plan, layout, and that's it.
What's been one of your favorite projects? What was it, and where was it at?
I have my favorites. Like until now, it's the Miami one. It's called Pod 22.
Okay.
I was in so that project, it's called Pod 22. It's POD and the numbers 22. It's super small, but it's very nice. The owner, Virginia, she's an amazing lady. She had the idea. It's not only to have the small playground, but she opened at the full business case, which I'm always telling to all the clients, this is the sample. It doesn't mean that you need to have a huge space. You need to have a very great business idea. So the tips for the business idea, definitely for her, because next to the playground, there is a nail salon where the mothers, they could just still rest, just enjoy their time while the kids are playing. Yep. Or you could have some girls party, so all the girls love, those nails, makeups. So this is very great. And it's already 6 or 7 years it's open. So it's very, very nice.
What's a website that we can go to check that out?
You could actually check it in Instagram. It's pod22, BOD22. You could check it, and the website should be the same. So,
okay.
Pod22.com.
All right. Definitely want to check it out. And post-COVID, what is the outlook now that countries are starting to loosen restrictions and when it comes to COVID? Is there, I know for probably the past year or two, things have probably been difficult, but now that countries are starting to open up their borders for travel and tourism, what does that mean for you guys?
It's the same probably in all the leisure industry. It was very hard with this COVID, to be honest with you. Even with the team, with Unipark's team, which we implemented together a lot of projects worldwide, we are not able to finish a few projects, and it's been 2 years already because you just cannot leave the
Right.
country. And for most of the projects, and even then I'm speaking to the partners, friends, it is the same. It's not that we're different. No, it's
Yep.
not. So, and I'm not seeing that a year or two, which will come back to the stage that it was in 2020. Definitely not. It's still going in a very slow way, like a turtle with the small baby steps.
Mhm.
So I'm looking forward, but definitely the market will be changed. And I'm telling that I was a speaker a year ago, and then they asked what you see if the future playgrounds and all entertainment will look like. And I will not change my opinion until now. It will definitely all the technologies are going so fast, the artificial intelligence, and this will be included in entertainment more and more and more. Virtual reality, it's going to be huge. And it's still, so that's the thing. But with COVID, we need to wait. So yeah, but a lot of things you need to follow because new things been created and all, and entertainment industry, and I've been following them all. So yeah, it's gonna be
Okay, last question for you, Aiste. Is there a life model that you live by?
yeah. There is probably. I'm a happy person, and I'm always trying to be happy. This is the vitamin C that I do believe that all people they need to have. I always believed that I don't want to get not only from the age, it's the spirit thing. So I'm still learning, I'm setting up like this is my way of living. I love travel. I always travel with a book. So this is my way of learning. I'm bad at gardening, super bad. My flowers are dying every year, but I'm trying. So hopefully I will learn, then I will get older. Uh, but this is my recipe. Just be happy. Just stay happy. Don't be negative. If you feel that your surroundings are too negative, even if it's your work surroundings, you need to change something in your life because the life is like you live once. So you need to just live once. Not that, not that you do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
No. But just to live the life that makes you happy. This is my recipe.
Yeah, no, it's totally agree with you. One of the things that I feel like still I'm still young in spirit is because my kids are very young. And even though, as you know, parenting, especially during COVID, is very tiresome, they still keep you young when you do get those wonderful opportunities to go outside and enjoy the day and just, enjoy life. So I am grateful in that aspect. Aiste, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for being on the show. Everybody listening, thank you so much for engaging with us for season 2 Lithuania. If you like the show, don't forget to like or subscribe the show and check us out at innovatorscanlaugh.com. We will be back next week as we go into season 3. Season 3, we are going into Hungary. All right. That's right, Hungary. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the show. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate it if you could give us a review and star rating. Also, don't forget to sign up for the ICO newsletter at innovatorscanlaugh.com, where you can get the bio and details of each guest. Thanks.